Welcome to the Superior Court. The following is an orientation video regarding your jury service. Please listen to this recording in its entirety. The following information may answer some of your questions. The Jury Commissioner's Office is in operation from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. We are closed on weekends and on court holidays. Now that you have checked in for your first day of jury service, you will no longer be checking the website or calling the jury recorder for instructions. Those instructions no longer apply to you now that you have checked in for your first day of jury service. Instead, you will need to follow the instructions given for your panel number and by the judge of your assigned courtroom. If you are ordered to come back for a second or subsequent days of service, you do not need to stand in line to be checked in by the jury clerk. You will only need to stand in line if you have other questions. You are currently sitting in the jury assembly room. The jury assembly room is for your exclusive use for breaks and lunches, but please clean up after yourselves. There are some restaurants within walking distance. You will find a list of restaurants in the document holders in the jury assembly rooms. There are restrooms, vending machines, a water cooler, and a microwave located in the vending room area. The vending room area is located toward the rear of the jury assembly room and through the door labeled as such. There is another water cooler located on the west side of the jury assembly room. Please feel free to move about the room, but you must remain in the jury assembly room for the duration of your jury service unless otherwise instructed. Do not wander the hallways as you will not be able to hear important announcements. These announcements are not made outside of the jury assembly room. There may be times when you will find yourself waiting in the jury assembly room for long periods of time. We realize this can be the most frustrating aspect of jury service. The length of time that passes until you are called into the courtroom depends on the court, the attorneys, the litigants, and their witnesses. The judge is aware that you are sitting here and is making every effort to minimize your waiting time. Please be patient. We will relay any information to you as soon as we hear from the courtroom. It is possible that you will need to be here until 5 p.m. today, and you may be ordered to return on another day. Your services will be required until you are excused from jury service by the jury clerk or by the judge in the courtroom that you are assigned to. The amount of time or days that you will be needed depends on the schedule of the trial you are assigned to. You will be informed of the schedule by the judge of your assigned courtroom. You may bring a book, newspaper, electronic device, or other material to occupy your time while waiting for court to begin, but please put them away while in the courtroom. For the courtesy of other jurors and for your own privacy, please limit the use of phone calls on your mobile phones. You will be assigned to specific panel and courtroom. This information will be posted to our TV screens as soon as it is available. We will make an announcement informing you that the panel number and department are now posted. Do not report to the courtroom that you will see on the TV screen until the jury clerk has made the announcement and given you direction to do so. Once you report to your assigned courtroom, you will go through the jury selection process. Once you're in the courtroom, the judge will tell you the type of case you will be serving on, as well as the estimated length of the trial. Civil cases generally last from 1 to 2 weeks. Criminal cases generally last from 2 to 3 weeks. However, the length of the case may be shorter or longer depending on the type of the case. If you feel there's a reason that you cannot serve on the trial due to its length or any other factor, you will be given an opportunity to explain this in the courtroom. Only the judge can make the determination whether or not to excuse you. If you are excused from a case due to its length, you could be reassigned to a different case today. Please do not discuss any trials or court proceedings you've heard about on television or read about in the paper. Jurors are not allowed to discuss the case outside the courtroom or to answer any questions pertaining to the trial that they are assigned to. As authorized by the California Code of Civil Procedure, the court will pay jurors the current daily rate and the current rate for round-trip mileage from home, starting on your second and subsequent days of service. Mileage is automatically tabulated by computer according to your zip code. If you wish to take public transportation to the courthouse, you may waive the mileage reimbursement in exchange for the current public transportation costs. The current daily fee for jury service, mileage, and public transportation cost is listed on the waiver form, which is in one of the document holders here in the jury assembly room. If you wish to waive the mileage reimbursement fee in exchange for daily reimbursement for public transportation, please fill out and turn in the waiver form. If your employer pays you while serving on jury duty, you are not entitled to be paid the current rate by the court. If you are not aware of your employer's policy regarding paying you while you are on jury duty, it would be wise to call and get that information from your Human Resources Department or supervisor before going into the courtroom. Be sure to find out how many days your employer will pay you while on jury duty. If you are employed by the federal, state, local government, or by any other public entity such as the Regents of the University of California, a county, a city, school district, water district, transit boards, and any political subdivision or public corporation in the state, you are not entitled to be paid the current daily rate by the court. Waiving mileage reimbursement is always optional, even if you are not entitled to be paid the current daily rate by the court. If you wish to waive payment of jury fees, mileage reimbursement, or both, please fill out and turn in the waiver form that is in one of the document holders here in the jury assembly room. Jury payroll is processed every 2 weeks, and a check will automatically be mailed to your address. If your jury service overlaps multiple payroll periods, you will receive a payment for jury service in more than one check. Please allow about 4 weeks to receive your jury payment. Payroll checks are not forwarded by the post office. Therefore, it is important that we have your correct address in order to make sure your check is delivered in a timely manner. If you need proof of attendance for your employer, please retrieve a certificate from the document holder on the wall right outside of the front counter where the clerks sit. You can provide this to your employer or keep a copy for your own records. The Wi-Fi login information is found on the bottom of your certificate of jury service. If you are selected to serve as a sworn trial juror, the jury office will no longer be providing you with daily certificates of jury service. Instead, proof of service for all your days of service will be provided to you from the courtroom at the end of the trial. Validated juror parking is available at the Civic Center parking garage, located directly across the street from the courthouse. Unless you parked in the handicap area of the garage, please be sure you drove through the parking gate and have pulled a parking ticket. Parking tickets can be validated at the jury counter. Once your ticket is validated, you will be able to exit the garage without paying. If for some reason your validated ticket prompts you to make a payment in order to get out of the parking garage, do not pay. You will need to talk to the garage attendant to get this fixed. They are located in the office on the first floor of the garage. In and outs of the garage are okay, but you will need to validate your ticket each time. You do not need to wait in line to validate your ticket. There are 2 validators located at the front counter. If one is available, you can walk up and validate. Please remember that you will need to validate your parking tickets no later than 4:30 p.m. The jury office is closed at 5 p.m. and there will be no staff available to assist you after this time. If you do not validate your parking ticket on time, it will be your responsibility to pay for parking. We encourage the use of public transportation whenever possible. Please do not park at the meters. You may not be allowed to leave the courtroom to put money in the meter once court is in session. If you receive a citation for any illegal parking, the court cannot dismiss it, and it will be your responsibility to pay the citation. Whether you are selected to serve as a sworn trial juror or not, your services will be very beneficial to the judicial system. The fact that you are here is a great service to the courts and community. Thank you for your service, and please remain in the jury assembly room and listen carefully to any future announcements.